I am just really excited. You know, I went back after we spoke yesterday and I started I read a lot of stuff that has been published about you. And after a while, I was like, they keep asking her the same questions. So today, we'll try to shake it up a bit and talk about a whole lot of different things. Because I just think you're not unidimensional, right? You have done different things, and I want some of that to come out more. And there were a number of things you actually talked about in some of your interviews that I'll bring back up so that you can kind of flesh them out. So first of all, welcome to MamaTokTok's A Different Take.
Thank you. My pleasure. Finally.
I know. And I just have to say this. Usually I ask guests to introduce themselves because I think there's power in just introducing yourself in your own words. So I'll just ask you to go ahead and do that. You're Maria Borges,
yes,
international supermodel, but in your own words, what do you want to tell our listeners?
Yes. Hi, everyone who's watching us right now. And I am Maria Borges from Angola and live in New York right now.
Okay. That leaves a lot of blank space for us to color. I'm really excited. So I'm just going to throw out some things about you that people may not know. One is that, unfortunately, you grew up without your mom because she passed away when you were 11. And that has been a huge part of your life. You grew up during the Angolan Civil War, again, has shaped your life. And when you finally got onto the modeling scene, you had an amazing run and your career is fantastic. But in the beginning, you booked 17 catwalk shows in your first season. Is that right?
It is right. Before I knew it, the number, because, you know, sometimes I had to wait until the end, until my agent tell me exactly how many shows I walked. I saw the first article on Forbes Africa. I was like, woohoo! And first of all, I was like, I don't get it. What magazine is this? It's not about fashion. It's about business. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Wow.
This magazine thought about my business. Good. Means like I'm doing well. I was so happy. Yeah, that was 70 shows. And that was welcome to New York City. And like, girl, you made it. You better come back. I was like, I will definitely will. So that was 70 show that actually opened opportunity to the agency in New York to sign me because they had a deal like, girl, you make sure you're here to work or make sure you're here to to get this opportunity because you're here to play around and come and watch Empire State Building. You better go back to Africa and watch all the animals out there in safari. I'm like, no, they're pretty. I can always go, they're mine, but I like to come here and just making money, go home and make some change. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's amazing that you were able to do that much in one season. So my version of the modeling world.
Yeah.
So in college, I had a poster on my wall which had the top 5, right? Or I don't know what they used to call them, but the top 5: Naomi and Cindy and all of them. So that's as much as I knew about the modeling world.
Gisele.
And then fast forward to America's Next Top Model. My friends and I watched that religiously in the early years. But then you gave this interview where you were talking about the fact that back home in Angola, a lot of people are happy about your success, but they don't actually really know what you do. So when you talk to people, especially to the older generation or the younger ones, how do you describe your job to them? As like, what do you tell them you do?
Correct. Oh, well, first of all, I have to tell them that in my country, there is not fashion markets like as it is here outside. And the west side, on the west is kind of like, is a real job. And because they don't have example, they never had someone that break the boundary, like someone that made it. It's kind of hard for them to believe. Now they
Yeah,
have someone to believe. Actually, things can happen. I mean, Sheena, if I was in the country, of course, I would not have, I would not make enough money. I would not consider myself as like living from modeling industry, but it will be something that I'm passionate about. It will be something that I will be supporting, not as a profit, you know. Little by little, I start explaining to them that it's actually is worth it. It changed, it helped my life. It's helping my family life.
that it's worth it.
Now, now it's gonna help my country's life. I'm trying to open business opportunities
Mm.
and jobs opportunity for people in my country. So yeah,
That's awesome.
I have to
I
believe.
just caught that you said it's worth it, which will
Yeah,
take us to L'Oreal in a little bit.
I'm
But
worth it.
I love it because you're worth it.
Because we are worth it. To make
Yes,
general, we are
yes,
worth it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so there are a number of things that you touched on and things that I've wondered about. One of them is growing up as an African kid. A lot of us, our parents say, modeling, that's not a job. That's not a real job. Get a real job. Anything that has been much more in the artistic creative sphere, right? Writing or singing or dancing. Our parents tended to say, get a real job. You can have that as a backup to get a real job.
Right.
So I know that journey to finding your creative space and making a career out of it is really hard. What was that journey like for you from Luanda to Portugal to now New York?
Yeah. To be honest, I was always going by the words, if you don't try, you'll never know. It's not like I had a cousin or family that is famous on in the business or in the entertainment business. They're doing well. I have nobody. So I was just like, let's give it a try. And as the time go by, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is actually working. Oh, this is actually worth it. I think I was the tryout. I was the example, and now I'm someone that people should look up and be inspired. Uh,
Mm.
it's hard to say. Now I know the answer. Now I can say like it's work. I made it. But before
Yes.
it was just like let's give it a try. What's this is about? I have to first of all, I had to learn about the business, people involved. I had to educate myself. I had to learn new language, English because I speak Portuguese.
Yep.
So it was just the whole thing. I have to reborn. I'm totally different person, to be honest.
You said something in there that is so important, right? Especially in the artistic sphere, which is you had to learn the business. I find that a lot of times when people want to venture into the creative space, whether it's fashion design or writing, a lot of times people are not really looking at what is the business model behind it. So I do a lot of creative writing myself, but I have what I call a day job. And I can tell you, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about if I were to go be a writer or if I were to make MamaTokTok a full-time thing, what about the money? But
Mhm.
that is such an important part of everything that we do, right? It's
Yep.
if you're going to turn your passion into your work, how can you actually live off it? So where did you get the inspiration to do that? Or who taught you how to join up those two things, your passion and the ability to make money out of your passion?
Correct. First of all, I would say my humble sister. She was someone, you know, as growing up in Africa, as you well said, our parents always say, like, you know, I forgot about this, go find a real job. She was the one always backed me up. She was the crazy one, sort of for my parents, my family. She was
Yeah.
she was like, okay, I trust you, make sure you're doing well. And I always so thankful to my sister to trust me, to not killing my dreams, my achievement. I did tell my sister I want her to be take care of the business family. I don't want her to find any job that is not worth it for her, or
Yep.
something that she's not getting return. She thought I was crazy. Now it's happened. Now she doesn't. She's finished university. She doesn't need to work. She's just fine. She needs to take care of the family business. And I'm so proud of myself. I told her, she believed in me. She trusts on my words. And so after everything happened, so I think it's trusting. I think is having someone that believe on your potential,
Yep.
and have someone that can back you up. I always, like, my sister was the one saying, like, if you have some bills to pay, if your agents charge you, I will make sure I'm gonna go work and pay the bill. I'm like, okay. So she always got my back, and
Yeah.
I was always saying that I'm never gonna disappoint you. You know, we had this commitment between us. So she got my back, and I would do everything so that I don't need to make her not kind of
Like
like not
disappoint
to talk.
her. Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's an amazing story. I always think about for people who don't have parents.
and besides, sorry, beside other people that I met along the way, that I knew that I have to start talking to the people that know the business, someone that inspires me, guides me. And I love experienced people to tell me how life is. So I always get this time to sit down with knowledge people to learn more, listen. I love to listen, and the balance between what I have in my hands and what these people told me. Can I like put it together and
Yep.
just
Yep.
build
Yep.
myself? Yeah, I had a lot that balance. Yeah.
And a lot of that, I can see that coming together for you, right? Just in your spirit. One of the things I thought was fascinating in a number of the articles I read about you was there's a lot of commentary about your smile
Yeah.
and you being positive.
Yes. Oh
And
yeah. It's so true. I think my smile give me my job, give all the opportunity that I have now, beside even speaking about.
yeah,
Definitely personality you have to put up front. Don't be fake. You gotta be real, because
don't be fake.
people feel you gotta be real. And the
Mm,
fashion industry especially, they kind of like study you. If you change your attitude, oh, they're gonna put you on the side.
really?
If you fake, be fake until the end. So, but don't try to mess up your personality. People need to identify
They
yourself.
need consistency.
Yeah, exactly. If you
Mm,
they know when models fake, they fake. When there is a nice model, there is a crazy model, they know. But when they don't know you 100%, so you
yeah.
out a little bit.
When they're not sure which way you're going. I
Yeah.
get that. So there are a lot of myths about the modeling world.
Mhm.
What are some of the things that have been hard for you? Something that you've seen in the modeling world and you've thought, if I have a daughter, I don't think I want her to do this. Are there any of those things?
Well, I think again, I would be scared if she doesn't know. Learning is the key. Like, I mean, when you made mistakes because you didn't know about it, I feel like if I have a daughter and she wants to be in the fashion industry, luckily I'll be there to advise her, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell her, make sure you learn, make sure you take it step by step. With I have my tattoo here. go slow, you know, little by little. If you make mistake,
Let me see that again.
yeah.
Ah,
Step by
what
step.
what does it mean?
Step by step, which means you gotta take
One step at a time.
one
Yeah.
step at a time. Go slowly, which means observe. Life is all about learning. You have to make mistakes to learn, but make sure to make a little, little mistakes so you can always come back stronger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
learning is the first advice. I will never be there 24 hours for my daughter or someone that I want to teach, but this person has to know how to, how to position herself.
Herself. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Learning, yes,
The thing that I struggle with right now with my son is
yeah,
10. And I mean that place where I'm like, I need to teach him the skills, but I'm still mommy and I'm super protective, right? So
yeah,
when do I let him figure it out? And when do I step in and say, okay, I'm gonna take care of this? Because at some point I'm not going to be there. So
yeah,
in that sense, yeah. So I'm just gonna ask some questions that I'm really interested in knowing about you, Maria.
yeah.
One of them is the very first time we met, which was not terribly long ago. I
Hmm.
remember when we were talking about how you got into modeling, you talked about making it on your own, and in the sense of you didn't have to pay dues, so to speak. You had to find your own path. And so financial empowerment is something that's really important to you.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me about why that is? And there are people who say the modeling industry is like prostitution. And we
Hmm.
talked about that, and you have a very strong, clear view about that. So
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit about that and why it was so important for you to not gain favors from
Yeah.
people along the way.
Well, I would say I used to get all these questions when I was 17. I knew about the word when I was growing up and I knew what that means, if it's bad or not. It's good to be knowledgeable. Lately, as soon as I step in the model industry, people say you better don't go because if you go, you will consider yourself as this. Then I know the same story happened to any other business market. You can
Yep.
be a doctor, you heard, oh my God, the doctor has to, do a deal with the boss to get this higher, to this platform. I'm like, then I also heard that your story is not someone's story, the other person's
Yep.
story. It can be your story. So if you learn about it, if you try a little bit, you will know if it's something that fits you or not.
Mm,
You gotta make a choice in life, basically. If
yeah.
prostitution exists, I'm not gonna say my colleagues they don't do it or they don't want to, but some of them they prefer to do it. The only option they got.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
but it's not my story. My options actually, thank God, I had to make a decision to myself not to, and it works.
Yeah.
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 It could be any other industries, not only fashion industry that happened this. Any other industry. I heard about a story, and I'm not the only one that knows the story that some people get some deals, and some girls or boy they ended up accepting because they need to help their family or they need quick money. Yeah,
They do what they
I
have to
mean, each
do.
one
Yeah.
makes their own choices. This is
Yeah.
yeah, and we don't need to judge anyone else that accepted because this person is not us. We have to respect other people's decision, but we don't
Yeah.
need to
And their
follow them. We don't
choices.
need to become like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's very powerful coming from where you're coming from, in the sense that I think about everything I've heard about the modeling industry, which is just tough to break into regardless of who you are. And then if you have our skin color, that's a whole other thing. If you have our skin color and you're from Africa, that's a whole other kind of hurdle along the way. Which brings me to something that you did, I think in 2016.
Yeah.
This morning or last night, I was reading uh, a hair magazine, and they were looking at critical moments in black hair history
Sorry.
of the decade, right? In each year, they
Yeah.
picked one thing. And in one of them, they had Beyonce in the Lemonade video with her cornrows and things. Solange was in another one, and there you were, Victoria's Secret show in the hair that looks pretty much like what you have right now,
Yeah.
which was completely unprecedented.
That's
Maria,
a statement.
how first of all, where did that come from? How did you have the guts to pull it off, to just say no more wigs, no permed hair, this is me, I'm going to do it?
Yeah. It's all about trying. It's all about believing your potential, which means I was already with short hair when I worked Givenchy show in Paris the same year, because I love high fashion. I always be a high fashion girl. And I think as a high fashion, your career goes longer, and then you got your prestige, you got all these dream and life to work with the best designer in Paris, high-end designer. It was a pleasure for me. I would not take any other side beside high fashion, be just commercial girl, because I know it's a short career. So yeah, I was pretty beautiful. Givenchy was amazing. Going down to the runway for the first time with my short natural hair for Givenchy in Paris. And after that, I came back to New York, and Victoria's Secret casting was like a month ago. And we were like, what? This hair is not gonna go back a month ago for me to put any weave or any wig. Okay, but wig looks strange. It's more like sewing weave or something like that, or clip. And I was like, wait, they never did. I think if you don't ask, if you don't try, you never know. Again, I'm like, let me just give it a try, talk to them and see if is that okay for them, because the end of the day, which the lingerie brand is looking for is a beautiful, confident women that embrace their body. As long as you fit well in the lingerie, your body is still in point, why not? It's nothing to do with hair. I feel like your beauty comes from inside. They know I can pull up on any Beyonce wig. I'll be just fine. Okay, I can pull up any hairstyle. Black women does this kind of stuff. There's no doubt. Tomorrow I'm with short hair. Today I'm with short hair. Tomorrow I'm with blonde hair here. So right?
Exactly.
So let's just tell them that this is, I look beautiful like that. And I think I can do, as long as my body's still well, and I had to go to the gym and put some muscle and put my body together, even skinny but well put together, skinny and beautiful. And all these long legs that I have, all the African butt, some African butt. I have good shape, we Africa, you have to get some course. So I was there, I was like, let me give it a try. The minute that my agent reached out to them, listen guys, Maria's gonna show up without extension, but they say yes. I was like, if they say yes, is the God saying yes? Who's gonna say no?
No. Exactly.
If I give up, I have to fix myself. Of course, my belly has to be flat, all the things. I have to fit on the lingerie on the way that they see my body and my personality. They know that the hair and everything, earrings, all these are compliment. I can just put it on if they want to.
Yeah.
So when I get to Victoria's Secret call back, and everyone like, wow, you look amazing. It was just like me, myself, and I looking stunning, ready to take off. Then like, okay, if we say no to her because of the hair, she's gonna go back home and put some wig. Yeah, she's gonna put some wig and she's gonna come back with any kind of hair they want. If they want blonde, I put some blonde hair. Why not? So That was amazing. So I show up very natural and beautiful. They say yes. But again, they didn't know how much that thing will go viral. At the same time, that was in 2015. That was the first year that Kendall Jenner
Yeah. Kendall
participated
Jenner.
in
Yep.
the fashion show. And can you believe I was trending more than anyone else and Twitter and all the social media? I was like, whoo! Some of the people are
Go
paying for the
girl.
press. I'm not paying for no press. I made it. So that
Amen.
was the statement. I'm like, okay, when God won, there is no one who stops you. That was
Yeah.
the universe saying yes and embracing me. I was like, wow, thank
You
God.
know, what I'm just like, your energy right now is giving me all kinds of feels because first of all, I love people who are so comfortable in their skin, like you saying, that was me, girl. That I did all that. I was looking
I was
fabulous. It was
just
me.
like, my energy is like going to the end. I would, I was expecting for no, but no, for me, it doesn't mean it's never, no is the answer, but it can happen later one
Yeah.
day. But when they say never, never was like I did, but they will never say never. They were just like, oh, maybe it's not gonna happen now,
Maybe
maybe
next time.
tomorrow. You have to keep trying. Some people they give up on themselves.
Mm.
That's what happened. And then they think, oh my God, I didn't get this opportunity. No. As long as you keep trying, it happened to me as well. Working for the first time in Chanel in
Mm.
Paris. Chanel only put 4 black girl or 2 or 3. I mean, I was going for 5 years in a row. No, no, knock, knock. I came for casting.
Wow.
Knock, knock. I came for casting. I guess after 4 years, going 2 times a year, going try, always like, no, I don't think, not this time, not this time. But I never heard, nope, it's not never gonna happen. They always say, no, no, you didn't
Maybe
get
not
the time.
now.
You didn't
Yeah.
get the time, which means maybe some of this time is gonna happen. It's coming.
Yeah.
The right time is coming. I was so happy when I walked Chanel. I was like, oh my, thank God. At least I have my curriculum. And
Yeah.
it didn't come true, but I was trying. It's not like I was not beautiful. It's not like I was not high fashion enough. Otherwise I would never work for Dior, Givenchy, but Chanel was something that God said, if you give up on you, it's your fault.
Yeah.
I received no. I didn't get, I see my colleagues always getting this. I'm like, okay, this season, please send me again. I want them to say no to me again. I heard someone telling me that you gotta be persistent until this
Mm.
person look at you saying that I'm so tired of this person coming. I always say no, but she always here. You know what? I'm gonna just say yes. And after that, she can disappear of my life, never come again. I'm
Yeah.
like, I just need one. Once is fine.
And that's it, right? It's
Just
just the
one
one.
opportunity. One
Yes.
opportunity.
Yes.
I will celebrate. I will celebrate until today that I had a chance to walk. Chanel it was
Chanel.
hard. As black girl it
Coco
was the
Chanel.
hardest show to get it. You see 1 or 2, 3 black girl. So it was a statement. Very good show. Yeah.
So when I hear you say all that, I'm thinking Givenchy, Chanel, Armani. In
And
terms of covers, you have done it all. I mean, when you think about the milestones in a supermodel's career or life, what are the ones that you still want to hit? Because you've covered quite a lot of ground in the time that you've been in the industry. So what else is there?
yeah.
What are you looking for next? And we haven't even talked about L'Oreal.
Yes. Well, first of all, over the years as well, I find out the right answer. More doesn't exist, More is something that you want more. What's more for you? Do it again? Yes, you can do it again. For example, I walk show. I have walked more than 10 shows for money. what I need most. I'm happy with which. I'm happy to be able in this position. I mean, I have done, but if I have to do it again, okay, fine. I'll be so happy. Covers, magazine, I have some, and I'm looking forward to have opportunity to do to be a cover girl for the other magazine that I never had a chance to. But asking for more,
Mm.
I just need a, if it comes, yeah, it will be nice. I guess more quantity doesn't exist, but appreciate what we have and try to work for what we don't have. That's the goal. But
Okay.
you already got it and ask for more. And remember, there's other people that need opportunity as well. And you can't be there forever and just blocking and try to be me, and
Wow.
it has to be us, you know?
I don't hear that from a lot of people, right? This whole idea that you have to give space for other people, because when I talk about opportunities, I always say there's enough sky for all of us.
Yeah.
But the reality is, to some extent, resources are limited, right? So when I hear you talk about that, it's inspiring. I do want to talk about something that I think a lot of women would like to hear about. So I see you in this Victoria's Secret teeny tiny bikinis, and I'm thinking, okay, body image, right? A lot of us are looking at our bodies going, sure, I love my body, but how do I wear that thing and walk in front of all these people with all this confidence and all these feathers and whatever else they have going on? So
Yeah.
how do you get, first of all, the body that you're in? How do you get it to be that? And
Woo!
then how
Thanks
do
to
you,
mom and dad. Mom and dad, they know the recipe.
thank you, mom and dad.
Thanks, mom and dad.
And then how do you just, what do you tell yourself? Like the first time you got on the runway,
Yeah.
in bikini, and I said that because growing up, I am like many other millions of women around the world, self-conscious, right? When you feel like you're kind of half naked, how do you just carry it and look good in it and own it? What is it that you tell yourself to just rock it?
Okay, it's just to be you. Confidence has to be above. You know, you gotta be like, hey, and Victoria's Secret runway is a place that you have to kind of like. I was a African flag. You know, we see
Mm,
other girls from different countries as well. And not mention, I have different type of body with um, comparing with other girls, they're still beautiful too. I was there just to embrace my body and they live the right mindset to the women out there that have the same body as me or not, that they should embrace themselves. But of course, they don't need to put lingerie, go trying to go to Victoria's Secret runway. No, just feel comfortable for on everything they wear, like even at home, even yeah, it's just
yeah.
be comfortable what you wear. That's that's the key. Yeah.
For you, Maria, what is the best thing that has happened in your modeling career? And was there a time when you had a really awful experience? So, for example, people talk about catfighting behind the scenes at shows, not getting selected to work for certain designers. So, just one really high highlight and one really low low.
Okay. The highlight will be definitely the L'Oreal contract for 3 years, which was for the hair, skincare, and makeup.
Yeah,
And I feel no, it's not. I feel this is the highest contract of the. That's the ultimate goal for supermodel model, to have a beauty contract with social brand or social team as L'Oreal. I think
yeah.
that was the above that is the sky. So the lowest will be, where else is it, the lowest work you mean, or the
No, just
something difficult?
just a tough time in your career, either something that you really wanted that you didn't get, or some a deal that went wrong, or just some challenge you've had and how you overcame it.
Oh, tough challenge. I would say will provide my country that this is actually possible. I think until today, as you know, I was Forbes cover. They were like, "What? And she kill any white guy? And she's kill any billionaire to be?" No, this is hard work. You gotta believe. I think it's a proving to my country and other African women's or African girl that it is possible to make. Because I never believe on that word. Oh my God, it only has to be one African supermodel. It's only has to be one or African. Blah blah blah. It's so difficult. I came here without even speak English.
Yeah.
I left a lot. I was just here with my confidence, and I knew I was here for work. What else? I think it was this to be the example to be the example that things dream come true, and
Yeah.
you can identify your story to other people's stories.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Now,
God, it's like people are, oh my God, I saw like 20 years ago an African girl came here to USA, didn't make it. And I'll be home dreaming about life, forget about I would never make it. If she didn't make, I would never make it. Are you giving on yourself? Give it a try and see how far you go, and then say something about it.
Yeah. Don't give up before you've started.
Yep.
Now, in just when I take a step back, you live what looks like a very glamorous external life, but you're a very spiritual person. So, and you're quite grounded. So, talk to me a little bit about where that spirituality comes from and how it helps you in your day-to-day life and in your job, right? This is something that we don't talk about a lot in social or public setting, but I think it emanates from your being. Like, I can see that you have this groundedness. So just tell me a little bit about that. Do you pray? Do you meditate? Do you do yoga? What is it that you do to stay spiritually intact?
Correct. Well, I like to do yoga. Definitely, I like to train. I like to be centered, listen to my affirmations. And luckily, my partner, my future husband, he kind of like very central. He teaches me a lot how to kind of like find your soul, find your person inside, because outside everybody knows, everybody sees, but trying to know you from inside, so you will know better how to act from outside. So a lot of people want to say, okay, find yourself. Where do you find myself if I'm here? It's not about that. You gotta know yourself deep down, like your emotions.
Yes.
This is what holds you. This is how you're gonna be able to position yourself in life, But you have to find yourself. In knowing your what's the word? Knowing your, oh my God, it was here. I was about to say the word. Knowing your purpose in life.
Your purpose, yes.
You have to feel which direction your energy, your the universe is taking you. If it's like inspiring people, if you do things for others, or to be motivational speaker like you are and bring other people energy, you got to find this yourself and know what you're here in this earth for. So
yeah, you know what it is. I spent the last 3 or 4 years just really thinking about that whole sense of finding yourself, right? And what does it mean? And first of all, if you're finding yourself, where did yourself go? Like, did it get lost somewhere? So when you talk about that, people go, well, why are you looking for yourself? Where did it go?
Right here.
and as I get older, I've gotten very comfortable with just saying I'm fluid, right? we are fluid. There's an essence of me that exists, but the
Yeah.
rest of it is quite fluid. It changes with time, and it changes with, the circumstances and people that come into your life and live your life and XYZ. And
Yeah.
so whenever I hear people talk about, finding yourself, I get excited because for me it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's, discovering that I like something that I never thought I would like
Yeah.
bungee jumping. I, I used to think and I like security and safety, and so
Yeah.
things like extreme sports is not my thing. But
Mhm.
a few years ago, when I went to Zimbabwe with my mom and my son, and went bungee jumping at Victoria Falls, it was one
Oh,
of
I want to
the
go.
you should. I'm telling you, I have never felt more like Superwoman. I mean, literally, you're flying through the air, right? So that just gives you that sensation. But it was so exhilarating. I get why people do extreme sports, right? It's not something that I'll do again, I don't think, but it was so amazing. And the best part for me, and this is why I'm saying you should do it if you can, is when you're hanging upside down, Maria, the world is very different. It really does.
Girl, are you brave?
It is amazing. I mean, you know what? It's like when you do a headstand, right, in yoga, you see the sky, the roof, the ceiling first. It's the same thing with bungee jumping. Now you're hanging upside down and you're looking at the sky, and it's one
Um,
of the best experiences I've had. It was amazing.
I
You're
have to
scared
try.
me.
I have to
You
try.
should.
Yeah.
It was really great. Um, I'm looking at the clock and I'm mindful of your time. So there
Yeah.
is something that I love to do on this show, and I
Hmm.
just call it the 10 questions.
Correct.
And the rules are really simple. I ask you 10 questions, and they're either or, and you have to pick one.
And
You can't, you can't, you can't beg your way out of it.
yes.
You don't know, but you
Okay.
can't beg your way out of it. And I'm not allowed to ask you why you chose the answer you chose. But if I do, because sometimes I break my own rules,
Mm-hmm.
you can answer or you can choose not to answer.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready? Let's do it.
All right. So, and then I have one last one before we finish, because this morning I told my son I was going to be talking to you,
Yeah.
and would he ask you if he could, and he gave me a question for you, so I'll ask you that.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
10 questions. Maxi dress or bodycon? What would you rather wear?
Master what?
A maxi dress
Yeah.
or bodycon? What would you rather wear?
So body calm is
The bandeau type
yes.
dress, yeah,
Or how's the dress? That's even it where
a long, simple, yes.
I would go for the first option.
Maxi, okay.
Yeah.
Christians, Siriano, or Jason Wu?
Christian Siriano.
I learned looking at that.
Yeah.
So Christian Siriano comes with a dance. Okay. Nelson Mandela or Che Guevara?
Nelson Mandela, no doubt.
You look at me like, duh.
Yeah. What's this question? I don't.
I know. Zouk or hip hop?
Ooh, Zouk.
Isn't Zouk like the most sensual thing? I think about Kassav, right?
I'm gonna go to my culture always.
Yes.
Sorry.
We grew up with Zouk. It was like, anyway.
Yeah.
Would you rather spend your free time or your vacation in the countryside or in the city?
Countryside. Ooh, I like to go far away, just like
Really?
my trees, climbing the trees, take up apple or banana or mango. Yeah. I'm never be a city girl. But
Really?
I love countryside. Like
Awesome. Okay. Would you rather read a book or a magazine?
tricky question. Book.
Book. Okay. I'm tempted to ask why.
Yeah, ask me what. Good question. I think magazine is to watch and book is to read.
Ah, okay. I like that.
When I go to magazine, I'm more interested to see the picture more than the story. Okay, goes by, but first you got a date to watch, you know? What's going
Yeah,
on? Then you, what this is about. Book is first to know the story, then you, if you see picture along the way, actually you hear the story first, then the picture after.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather spend an evening going through YouTube videos or Netflix?
Trick question. YouTube, because it's more, there's more, it's more universal.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is yeah, YouTube is more universal. You find more knowledge on YouTube than Netflix.
And it's more dynamic, yeah.
Dynamic, yeah.
Would you rather cook and eat in, or would you rather dine out?
Cook and eat in.
What's your favorite meal? That's not one of the questions. I'm just curious.
My favorite meal,
Hmm.
definitely in Angolan, we say something like fish. We call mufete, which is grilled fish with sweet potato on the side, beans, and yeah, very
I've
African.
had that. Did I ever tell you I was in Luanda? This was.
Oh, good. Did you try that one? Grilled fish with
I
the
did.
beans, like the palm oil beans
Yes. I used
with
to. I went there once or twice.
tomato, tomato and onion. Like you cut and slice, then you put on top of the. Ah, this is so good. And not forget
Really?
about fufu. Don't forget about fufu because I love fufu too.
You know I'm Cameroonian, right? So
Yeah.
we
Oh,
have like
Africa.
11 variations of moro fufu. But I
Yeah.
remember that because when I was in Luanda, Eunice took me out to one of these restaurants, and that was one of the things she recommended. So I had that.
I'm
Yeah.
telling something healthy. Then fufu come after with all those sauce, everything together. Yo, that's nice.
It's good to hear that you eat
I
fufu,
miss
right?
African food. Are you killing me now? I cannot order anything. Quarantine.
I could ask you more food questions, but that would be cruel.
Tell me.
Um,
I like the questions.
would you rather walk in New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week?
Woo! I'll give it up to New York because that was the first on international runway on the capital of fashion that I had opportunity to walk. I'll pick New York.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Naomi or Giselle?
So
I'm
ugly!
sorry. I had
Girl,
to. I had to.
it is impossible for me to pick one.
It's not impossible, girl. You've been on a
Two of them
roll.
represent two different things for me. I pick side by side. Damn, girl.
It was too easy. You were answering so easily. I had to give you a difficult one. You were just like, So I had
Oh
to
my
pick it.
God. Okay.
So what
Should
does
I,
Naomi
should I pick
represent?
both of them?
Okay, this one time you can. So, but tell
Thank
me,
you, thank
tell me
you,
what
thank
they each represents for you.
you. Okay. Naomi Campbell, she's iconic. She's someone that someone to follow, you know, as a black woman. She brought boundary, and she opened the path for all of us. She opened the
Mhm.
road for all the black women, not only Africa, all black women. And all her work is so inspiring. Like, no
Yeah.
doubt. As a black woman, you have to look up to Naomi's to be to find your guidance, to know where you want to do, where to go in life. Second of all, Gisele, as a Portuguese, she's that supermodel
You
Portuguese
know what?
girl.
I hadn't even thought about the connection there. She's Brazilian,
Yes.
right?
And for me to learn more about supermodel at that age where my English was not this good, it can be better, of course. I used to look a lot of Giselle, and I still love her. The way she position her career as well, having kids, having her books. And I also pick this inspiration supermodel from Gisele and Naomi. I can pick one. Will be unfair for me because they're the one who made Maria. Pick up Naomi, pick up Gisele, and boom, Maria Borges.
I love that. I love that. I read somewhere that you really love both of them, and because I like drama, and
Girl, will be unfair. If you want me to lie to you, ask me to pick one. But I don't want to lie to anyone, so I had to be honest. That's where I pick my balance. That's where I turn Maria Borges into a little bit of Naomi recipe, a little bit of Gisele recipe, and boom, Maria Borges.
And boom, Maria.
And
love that. So Maria, this has been so much fun for me. I hope you've had a lot of fun. I don't want to end without talking about some of the work you've been doing during this time, coronavirus victims. So I just tell us a little bit more about some of the work you've been doing with local charities in and around Africa.
Yeah. Oh, luckily, it's my own charity. The name is One Touch Charity, which is 100% working this year. And I used to work a lot in my country to start with, and I was doing donations and put family together and friends together and find somewhere to go and donate something. But now I had a pleasure to come together with Afflict TV, which is a big TV in Nigeria, and the CEO lives here in New York. Is my friend, also is my partner.
Your partner's partner, yeah.
Yeah. We came together. I asked my followers, anyone that want to donate, and the past 3 years we had some money on the side. We bought some food, any basic stuff that the front workers and the hospital might need, and then we brought there. So that was amazing. And back home, even though I'm far, I'm trying to do anything I can. I told my sister she's gonna donate 500 bread for one of the institutions that I need, and one of the institution that the governments are helping now. And I hope a month from now she can do it again. You never know. Maybe in a few weeks she can donate more and more. And I know it's difficult because she had to send some people home from the bakery to stay home. She told me she had like almost 10 people, because some other people, they had to go and sell the bread and all the stuff. And they also changed the time. Some of them, they work on the night. Some of them, they work during the morning. So, and second of all, I'm also coming together with other people in my country that they want to help, always deliver the right message on the social media, and come together to deliver few masks, handmade masks for the people that need, for the people that they don't need to wear any other mask that they need to throw away in 2 days. But they can, some of them they can buy, some of them we're gonna give for free, and they can always watch. And
so you don't have to keep it.
So see, anything I can do, even from far, I'll do it. But it's always find a way to give back. Life is about that. If you receive, you have to give back.
Exactly. No, and I've watched you do that. I've read about you doing that. The way you carry Africa with you, the way you carry Angola with you, is so powerful, and it's so important, and such a reminder that home is home, right? No matter where you are in the world, there's something that takes you back to a place, and that commitment there is really
I always say that my body is in New York, but my heart is in Africa. Always.
Absolutely. So Maria, my son's question to you, which I think you touched on in the beginning, was What does a model do?
Good question. Models is here to bring the design's ideas to life, which means be the hanger that moves, so people knows how these turtlenecks gonna look at me. This skirt or this dress gonna move. So basically, that models out there to bring the ideas of design to life.
To life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be selfish as we're winding down. It's not every day that I get to talk to a supermodel. So I need you to, I watched you sitting there and you've positioned yourself in a particular way.
Oh my, I'm moving. That's the pillow. I'm so comfortable in my couch out here.
No, I know, but I'm saying the lighting is hitting in a particular way. Your carrot is a certain way. So you've got to teach me a few tricks before we go now. So,
All right.
One, I couldn't decide which earring to wear this morning.
But
So I decided, huh?
you look amazing. You have to wear something that doesn't pop as much as your look, your outfit.
My colors, right?
Yeah.
So I did the Africa, which was an homage for both of us.
I love it.
One just because it was kind of fun. So that's why I'm wearing two different earrings. I didn't like dress in the dark.
Yeah. But sometimes I like to do that. Look, this is different. I like to change. I like to.
Oh yeah.
That's me, Ashley. I like to wear different styles sometimes. I love this kind of I don't like to match it so much. Kind of balance, mix it up. Yeah.
And with coronavirus and living in Singapore, getting a hairstylist, I was like, you know what? Let's twist it and get a wrap and keep it moving for the day.
Well done. just the way it is.
So give me one tip. I'm going to be doing this video blog thing. Give me one camera tip. Like, how do you exude what you exude on camera? Just give me one pose that I can work with. Yeah. And I'm sure our viewers would like to practice this in, these days all of us are on Zoom calls anyway for work. So give us your power pose.
You're doing just well. I think it's all about your face when you talk to someone. And, for example, the way you are, can you just put your chest up a little bit?
Okay.
Yeah. And your face just up a little bit. And as you're talking to me, just do a little side. We're like, natural, Maria. This is.
Hi, Maria.
Yeah, turn a little bit on the side and that. Yeah. Yeah. like Maria, like we're having conversation.
Yeah.
Like, natural. And I like this smile. The whole point is just like the face and
I like that. It's like you're communicating with your whole body. I used to think Tyra was crazy when she would say smile with your eyes. I'm like, what does that mean? And then I look like Zoolander.
Yeah, no, you look amazing.
Maria, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
I really hope we'll have you back at some point to talk about some of the amazing things that you're working on in the future and a little bit more of your story, your background. I didn't want to land a very heavy load the first time we speak. I just wanted to get the audience to get to know you a bit better for those who don't, and kept it a bit light. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
My pleasure. I'm glad you noticed that I don't speak a lot. There is not all the interview that I have done is always the same thing. You know why? Because when I'm about to launch my book, people are gonna be, what? I never heard about this.
That's what I figured.
Not to put everything out there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like,
I had to surprise people all the time.
Yeah.
I never heard about this. Oh my gosh, she did that. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Right.
I remind myself to be myself, to be real, to be, friendly with other people, respect other people. So,
yeah. And also have fun, which you do. and you're just very positive. And it comes up again, article after article that I looked at. It's like she's very positive and she smiles a lot, and it's just like you take life and you own it. And thank you
Right.
for bringing that ray of sunshine to the show today.
Thank you. Pleasure. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Take
Thanks so much,
care.
guys. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Maria.
Bye.